Nice.
Think it's recording.
Yep, you're recording. Perfect. All right, guys. Welcome to tonight's call. Thank you all for jumping on. We got a special guest for you tonight, Matt Kauffman. Listen, guys, I've known this guy for a while now. We actually came from the same company where I used to trade. I got a lot of respect for this guy. He's been trading for a while. He's got killer skills. He takes a different approach to the market than I do. So I knew it would benefit you guys to see something different, to see a different strategy, and maybe it can help you in your day-to-day trading. So what Matt's going to do tonight is outline what he does in the market, maybe what he looks for. He's going to kind of do his thing in his way, and he's going to show you exactly how it's done. So I highly recommend have pen and paper, note takers, money makers, guys. Get these notes, get this value. Be here, be aware, focus on what he's sharing with you tonight, and I much guarantee you it will elevate your trading game and it will help you. So, Matt, thank you so much for running the call, bro. The floor is yours.
Hey, I appreciate it, Sean. I appreciate it. So, guys, like Sean said, definitely have your notepad and pen ready. I definitely wanted to go over, a few different things tonight. So, to give you guys an understanding of how I trade, first of all, one, you want to figure out what type of trader you are, because everybody's different, and I realize that as I've been going through the journey of trading. You've got your scalper, your intraday trader, you've got your swing traders, like Sean, he could be a swing trader, position traders that hold trades a little longer. So you really want to figure out.
Hey, Matt, real quick, bro. Sorry to interrupt you, dude. Hey, Brent, can you go ahead and mute, or Matt, can you just click mute all? We got some noise. All right, perfect. It's all good.
Got you. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. All right, man. So, yeah, you definitely want to figure out what type of trader you are. For me, I was trying to be a scalper in the swinging market, right? I wasn't realizing what it was I wanted to do until I really sat down and figured it out. Okay, there's different types of traders, and Matt, what type of trader do you want to be, right? So when it came down to it, I would be considered as a scalper intraday trader. I don't like to hold trades that long. I like to be in and out of the market within the same day. I generally go between 10 to 20 pips per trade, 30 to 50 max. Now, to some people, that might not be a lot. To other people, that is a lot, because what I want to, really stress is when you get consistent at catching the pips. That's what it's all about tonight. Consistency and catching the pips, right? So if you catch 10 to 20 pips consistently, right, and then you're able to take a mini lot and turn it to a standard, that $10 to $20 turns to $100 to $200. You follow where I'm going with this? So as you compound your account, those same moves are going to, obviously generate you guys more income. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to share my screen. I've got a few different screens opened up. So let me go ahead and kind of make this one a little bit smaller, pull it over here. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen okay? We good?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Okay, so first thing I want to do is if you have a Windows computer, which I don't know if you guys trade with your phones mainly or your laptop. I like to take trades off of my phone, but when it comes to marking up a chart, I like the laptop more, right? I definitely like the laptop more. And so I use this for my markups. I definitely, as you can see, there's a few different pairs open, but I suggest finding one or two pairs that you really like. I mean, I know a guy that only trades GU, which is GBP USD, so you can imagine how zoned in he is on that one particular pair. When I first got started, I was like, I almost had that FOMO, fear of missing out. So I wanted to take every trade that came across my desk, every trade that I heard about. I was like, I'm in it. I don't care. If it's a 0.01, I'm still going to take the trade, right? And that's bad, guys. Like I've become more disciplined in my trading. So today I traded with a group of mine, and we like to do the morning sessions, 6 in the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. That New York session, and I was done by 8 a.m. 7:30. I was done trading, and I didn't have to worry about, oh, where am I going to get my 20 pips today? I actually did 40 plus pips today, right? And I'm saying it in pips because, again, if you get consistent at catching the pips, that money is going to, you know, come however you decide to make it happen, right? So to get right into it, I only use a few indicators. Right now there's, you know, obviously some moving averages on here, but I use a few different indicators to basically give me an idea of where the market's at, where the market's going. And I do go from the top down, like how Sean teaches, you know, going from a higher time frame to kind of see where the market's going, what the market's doing, right? So first off, one of the indicators, if you do have a Windows computer, you're going to go down to the market section. Here, let me pull this up. You're going to go down to the market section. Dude, this indicator, hold on one second. This is going to like bug me. I need to like turn this down or something. This is going to keep popping up. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Hey, Sean, you know how to turn that bell off, the indicator list? You know where that is? The bell that keeps binging? I don't even know where to turn it off. Okay, well, we'll go with it, whatever. All right, so anyways, the market section, guys. The market section, when you're in your MT4 on your computer, you're going to go ahead and you're going to look up what's called RAF channel indicator. Now, you can draw a channel yourself if you're down and you want to just learn how to draw channels. I use this indicator. It's a technical indicator. The reason why I use it is because all I have to do is throw it on the chart and it automatically puts it up there for me. So it saves me some time. It gives me a precise here, let's clean this up real quick, sorry. It gives me a precise channel, so I don't have to worry about it being all weird or anything like that. It's already on there. So it's gonna keep on binging, guys, sorry. Okay, so I pulled GU for a reason, because a lot of people, you know, that were trading GU earlier in the week, you know, it was in a buying territory, right? Everybody's like, it's a buy, it's a buy, it's a buy, it's got to go back up, it's got to go back up. But these pairs, you know, when trading, it doesn't just always shoot straight back up, it doesn't always shoot straight back down. It's gonna, you know, go in waves, right? So the reason why I like this specific indicator right here, you don't even have to have the MAs for this, but this specific indicator right here is, as you can, sorry guys, that binging is we're gonna figure out how to turn that off in a second. If anybody knows how to turn that off, you can definitely chime in and let me know. But yeah, so
what are you trying to turn off?
That indicator bell that keeps binging.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Is it from from that?
It's probably on one of these other ones. Hold on, I'm just gonna close all these other windows. That's probably.
Oh, maybe. It's not bothering me. I don't think it's that bad.
All right, it's just because I know we're recording it and it's
right.
Like, bing. Yeah. Okay, so maybe that'll help it. All right, so anyways, so this is an indicator, like I said, RAF channel indicator that draws the channel for you. Again, you're gonna go to the daily first, see where the market's going. As you can see with the channel too, it really shows you a good indication that even though this is gonna turn around, on the day it was in a very strong downtrend, right? You can see it was on a strong downtrend. 4 hour, you've got what's sideways consolidation, right? But this is what I like, because you're able to trade within these channels. So I look on the hour, but I jump down to the 15 for my entries and stuff, guys. So again, I'm a scalper / intraday trader. I don't need that many pips. I'm only going for 20 pips to 50 pips max, right? So you can see right here, where it broke out of the channel. That doesn't mean jump right into the trade, guys. A lot of people would see this, they're like, oh, it's going down, which yeah, it obviously did go down, but we want a confirmation. We want more than just one confirmation to get in the trade, even though this is, you know, looking really good, right? So what I look for is just how you would with a trend line, where you're looking for like a break and a retest. That's what I'm looking for here. So it broke out of the channel. I'm looking for it to come back down, do what's called a retest right here. See how it breaks down, comes down, shoots back, and retests this channel? This is optimal entry. okay? Even though everybody's like, but Matt, optimal entry is like right at the top. Don't you want to just get in right there? Well, if you're wanting to risk your account, and you know, because it could always turn around and go the other way. We've seen it to where it's going to break the channel and then keep going the other way, which is going to be a trend change, right? So we want to make sure that it's going to continue to go down this way, right? So I personally, I used to jump the gun trading a lot. I used to be like, man, this candle's looking good. I'm getting in right now. And what tended to happen is what's called drawdown. And I'm sure a lot of traders, a lot of you guys on here are familiar with drawdown because it happens to the best of us. But if we can minimize the drawdown and maximize our profits, that's what I'm looking to do, especially with scalping. So again, I wait for the break and the retest. So let's see if I can kind of draw it out without butchering this. Okay, so nope, can't do it, sorry. I was gonna just draw one little line and it's drawing this big old line. Okay, but you can see where I'm talking about right here in this. You've got the break right here, breaks down, comes back and retests on the channel. This is your entry right here, guys. So I can do this. So your entry, you're looking at entry right around here. And for people that, you know, scalp, some scalpers, they don't use necessarily a stop loss. Do I recommend it? No. You know, I definitely recommend using a stop loss. So you have to kind of, when scalping or when intraday trading, you've got to really look at the market and kind of look at the higher high, which would be like where this high is, where it broke and then retested. This is where you'd want to generally put your stop loss if you were going to put one. But what I like to do is when my trade is in profit, 5 to 10 pips, because again, I go for, you know, 20 pips to, you know, 20 to 30. On GU, I tend to go for more because I know GU is going to, you know, usually give more. Like right here, you could have taken it all the way down from channel, top of the channel to the bottom of the channel. That's 86 pips, guys. But this is what I do. So my entry would be right here. As soon as I get 10, 15, you know, pips in profit, I'm going to go ahead and move my stop loss into profit. So it's going to be a stop profit. So if it does come back, let's say you move it right here, right? And it comes back and touches on this one. Say you move your stop loss right here. I've never met somebody go broke securing profit, right? So right here, that's like almost a 20 pip profit right here. You know, about 20 pips, depending on, you know, where exactly your entry was up here. So 20 pips. It touches your stop loss. You could either do one of two things. You could look for a re-entry, or you could just be like, I've banked my 20 pips or whatever it is, and I'm good for this trade. I'm done. Because that's the other thing. When trading for me, it used to be about, you know, catch as many pips as I can. Now it's just catch consistent pips. I'm good, guys, with doing between 30 to 50 pips a day. 30 to 50 pips a day for me is just fine. You don't really need much more. I know people that have become financially free with 20 pips or less. So I tell my team and I tell other people, you know, on our team here that you can go for the longer position trades, and you can whatever works best for you. If you're a swing trader and that's what you're comfortable doing because you don't want to watch your phone, you don't want to be on the charts as much, then do that. But for me, I'm a, like I said, morning trader. I trade in the morning before my daughters go to school. I'm up at like 5:30 in the morning. By 6 o'clock, I'm on the charts. By 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm done trading. And that's what works for me. So, and I don't over trade anymore. So now today I'm not doing anything but doing this, you know, live right here to show you guys what it is that I do on the charts, and then, you know, look up some trades maybe for tomorrow, but that's it. I'm not going to actually physically get into any trades tonight. So because I'm strict with my strategy and I'm strict with, you know, my rules, right? So this is what I use. Again, it's not too much. You can use moving averages if you wanted to. The other cool thing about MT4 and doing it on your computer is you can actually save templates. So I have a few different templates. You know, like this one right here, a lot of people know that I like to use the parabolic czars as well. So this still same thing. You can use this strategy with the indicator. You're just gonna have more on your chart, so it gets a little messier. But if you can kind of see through this, right, see through the mess a little bit with the bands, you're going to see that this is a really good way to do it too. So with the Bollinger Bands, basically what it is, let me go to my indicator list. If you wanted to use this strategy, well, let me explain it first, and then you can see if you want to use it, and I'll give you the information on it. But basically the way that this works is kind of like how a rubber band works, and you know, it snaps back and it pushes, right? When you pull it back, it snaps back at you or whatever. This is what this kind of represents. So the Bollinger Bands, when it breaks through these Bollinger Bands, now it's better on a higher time frame usually. That's what people, you know, use it for, but you can still use it with the strategy of you know, intraday trading. So on the 15-minute, it broke way past the bands, you know, broke past all three of these bands, which you would be essentially able to tell that it's going to do like the snap back movement. It's going to, you know, pull back into this general area right here. So same thing with this channel, channel line indicator that it does. As soon as it comes back into the channel, it broke out the channel, broke out the bands. You're looking for that pullback. It did pull back out from the bands, but you can see again how this is the same pair. It did the retest like how I showed you, just without all the stuff on here, and then it completely just drops, right? So the nice thing about this is you can actually use this as a way of an indicator to get out, right? It pulls back into the bands. From band to band, you shouldn't look to get any more. You know, obviously it did go for more, but right here, 50 pips right here. There's no reason why you shouldn't be satisfied with getting out right here from getting in a beautiful trade right up here. You know, you caught yourself 50 pips, standard lot, that's 500 bucks for the day. It's good money, guys. And again, I like to, you know, use certain indicators basically just to help me figure out again which way the market's moving and to help me with my entries, because that's the biggest thing is like especially when just starting out, if you go ahead and remove everything, here, let me just do it like this. If you remove everything from the charts, right, and it's just a naked chart, sometimes, especially looking on the 15, like you can see, you know, that there's a downtrend and stuff like that. But for somebody new that's just getting into it, they could be looking over here and they're like, man, it's going to be going up. It's going to continue to go up. This is the break that everybody was looking for GU. People were expecting it right here. I know traders that were expecting it just to do this, do something like that, just continue to go up, but it didn't. It didn't, because that's not how the market necessarily moves, right? So that's on the 15. If you go back over to the 4-hour, or let's go to the hour, again, right in this area right here, if you were to have drawn, you know, annoying. If you were to have drawn somewhat of a, you know, trend line right here, this is the other way that I trade, which is this. It's the same concept with that channel indicator, right? The break and retest, right? So if you draw a trend line right here, it broke. If it were to retest and went up and followed this trend line, that's the indication that the market's still moving up in your favor. That's the indication that it's still a buy. But this is why you don't get into the market right away either. You don't jump the gun, because you want to make sure we want to preserve our capital, especially if you're, you know, starting off with a little bit. You want to compound that account, build it up. So you don't want to just take any trade. You don't want to just jump in there. You want to have, you know, rules behind it. So again, right here, same pair. This is the GU, the trend line going up. You've got that break of the trend line. When it touches right here, you would want to wait to see if it continues to go up before you get in the buy, just like you want to wait to get in the sell. So it broke this trend line, It did the retest right here. Let me zoom in so you can kind of see better. It broke, retest. This is where you're looking for your entry, right here, right there. You get in there, where's the drawdown? There is none. No drawdown. Is it going to happen every time like that? No, but you know, when you have some rules to follow by, you're going to get in more trades like this than not. Okay? So again, that indicator right there, the RAF channel indicator, it's my go-to. It's what I use as far as and see, look at that's beautiful. You can draw yourself a trend line. See how well that plays in together. Like you go on the hour, you draw yourself a nice little trend line right there, right? You jump down to the 15-minute because again, I trade on the 15 minutes for the entry. You can see how it just followed nicely right here, right? Bro, this nice little wedge right here gives you even more. It's showing you, it's giving you, it's better for your eyes, in my opinion. Because seeing this right here, this could fake people out. Unless you're good at reading candles, this could fake people out being new, right? But if you take this, no break, no break, no retest, no trade. No break, no retest, no trade. If there is no break in a trend line or the channel line and there's no retest, don't take the trade. That's probably the simplest set of rules that I've heard and followed that work for me. No break, no retest, no trade. You know? And then so you can see very clear how on this trend line that we drew on the hour but broke it down to the 15 so you can really see what's going on in these candles, okay? You've got plenty of retests right here. Boom, retest, retest, retest. What happens when multiple things, you know, it's not only getting the support right here on the channel line, but now it's getting that support on that trend line that you drew too. Retest, 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 drop, drop. And what's cool too is you can use the red, which is the middle of the channel line, as your exit, right? Or move that to where, you know, move your stop loss somewhere around here. Once it drops right here and it drops below right here, put it right there. So then, yeah, you're going to get stopped out, but you're going to get stopped out at what? Right here, 42 pips. Who wants to catch 42 pips, no drawdown? Put in the chat box some thumbs up. Is this making sense? Am I going too fast? Is it making sense for you guys? Let me know.
Yeah, it's making sense. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I might have got in a little bit later, but on your trend lines, you've got a middle trend line there. Is that a resistance or is that actually a trend line you've drawn?
This one, the color one or the white one?
The red, no, the red. The red running
comes
through.
with the RAF channel indicator. So that is basically it's a support and resistance. The channel indicator is drawing supports, resistance, and then it's giving you a
okay, no problem.
Resistance right in the middle. So that's right there with the indicator. You pop that on the chart, and it goes for any time frame, which is awesome. It's going to stay on there, and yeah, it works really well. It's a free indicator. If it's free, it's for me. I found it, and it's been working wonders. So I really like to use it. It's just something to help with the eyes too, because I know people that draw these. You know, they draw the channel lines themselves. You know, it's just basically going to be without the middle, right? It's going to have that channel on the top and the bottom, but without the middle line. But I find it works really well as a guide for your stop profit, I'll say. Because once you're in profit and you move your stop loss, it's no longer a stop loss, it's a stop profit. So I'm all about, you know, securing the pips. If you go on to a lower time frame, like a 5-minute time frame or under, which I don't really suggest doing, but some people do, go for a smaller amount of pips. Instead of going for 10 pips, go for 3 to 5 pips. It might seem crazy, but you catch 5 pips 2 times, that's your 10 pips. You know, you twin trade it, you're getting 10 pips right there. It's all on what works for you and your strategy. Like I said, for me, I like to be in and out of the market. The 15-minute time frame is my go-to. I like it. It's a little bit faster, obviously, because it's breaking down into 15-minute intervals. But it gets me to my target of what I'm looking for. And I'm very strict with it too. I wouldn't take this trade if it, well, I'm not going to say I wouldn't take this trade. If it did the break right here and it retested on the line that I drew right here as far as the trend line, and it decided to go up, I would go ahead and look for the potential buy. But because I have this, the Ralph channel indicator, again, it's showing me support. It didn't break past this again, guys. So you see where I wouldn't take the buy? Like there's, if it broke past the channel indicator again, you would look for a potential change in the market, right? You'd be looking for a potential shift in the momentum, right, of the way the market's going. But because it broke, did the retest right here, continue to stay in the channel, it's high probability trade setups. That's what I look for. That's what it's called. High probability trade setups. You don't have to take every trade you see. You don't have to take every trade that comes across your way. You just need to take the ones that are high probability trade setups for your style of trading, right? So no break, no retest, no trade. When you see the break and the retest, that's when you're looking for your entry. If you're on the 15-minute time frame, go for 10 to 20 pips, depending on the pair. Okay, that's depending on the pair. GBP pairs move more; they're more volatile, so you can go for 30 pips or whatever. But again, when you've got your 20 pips, go ahead. Go ahead and move your stop loss. So now you're securing your profits. And at the end of the day, that's how I trade. That's what I do, and it's been working really well for me. Hi, she's cute. I only got 10 more minutes on here, guys, because it's a free account. Just letting you know. So if you have any more questions, definitely feel free to ask. But I try to keep the charts as clean as possible. I do like the parabolic SARs. I do like that as a confirmation of which way the trend's going. But sometimes less is more, and this way you're able to really get a clean. What's up, Brent? Sorry, I just seen you raise your hand. Go ahead, man. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on, man?
Okay, so the blue line and the red line, the purple line and the white line. Can you explain that one more time, please?
Okay, so basically the Ralph channel indicator, which you're going to be able to get in the market on the MT4, your MT4 platform on your desktop, that's going to do these color, the red, the blue, and the purple line for you. Okay, so that actually does it all for you, and that's why I like it, because it's very simple. You're going to get it in the marketplace right here. You go ahead and let me see if I can move this real quick. Literally this screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, so if you go into the marketplace on your MT4 platform and you type in RAF channel indicator, it's a technical indicator. It's free. It's going to download to your MT4 navigator platform. You're going to see it under the market tab. Excuse me. You'll go ahead and once it's downloaded on there, you'll just click it, hit OK, and it's going to go right onto the chart. And again, you can use it. It's going to be on the chart for all time frames. So you can go to the higher time frame, like the 4 hour, right? This is beautiful. Look at the 4 hour. And you can see again where it tapped the top of the channel on the 4 hour, did that break, and just dropped. It didn't even like on the 4 hour, it didn't even retest. So that's where you jump down to a smaller time frame to really kind of see what's going on in these candles. That's another reason why. I mean, I know people that take trades off the higher time frame, but I like to go down to the smaller time frame because I like to see again what's going on in that big candle, like people see on the 4 hour. What's going on in that 4 hour candle? Let's break it down to like a 15-minute time frame and really see what's going on, right? And that's what's going on right here. All that happened right here happened over here. All that. You know what I mean? It's crazy to really, when you really think about it. So That's what I do. And these lines are going to be put on there for you. As far as this white line goes, that was just a trend line that I drew. I just jumped on the 1 hour, you know, picked an area right over here, you know, where I could draw my trend line, just kind of, you know, following the trend of what was going on. And you can do that anywhere. Let's just do another, see if we can jump on another one real quick. All right, now we're gonna go indicator. And then I like the black background just because it's easier for the eyes to see. But so Euro USD, same thing. Let's go ahead and back out a little bit. You kind of see it. Okay, so right here, what I would do is I'd kind of. Okay, this one's a little different as far as with the. Not gonna be like a perfect trend line, but you get the idea. So, okay. Okay, so I would draw the trend line on the 1 hour, you know, basically following trend. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get it that close to the top right here, right? But same concept. You jump down to the 15. Okay, now you kind of get a better idea. You see this beautiful trend line right here where it followed, and it again, here's the RAF channel indicator where it hits the top of the channel, right? And it starts breaking down. Now, people would want to, you know, get in right here, jump the gun early. That's only like 5-6 pips, guys. You know, it's nothing crazy. You can wait till it does this, right? Does the little drop and retest right here to get in over here and then take it for 23 pips, right? You see, like, even though at the top of the channel it hits and it goes, you know, basically down all the way without having, you know, any type of pullback right there if you were to got in at the top. Again, we want high probability trade setups. So you're going to wait for that break. This is the break. This is the break. That one on the white line right here. Well, let's go over here. That's the break you're looking for right here. You're waiting for this. You're waiting for this right here. This candle that broke, oh no. This candle that broke the trend line, as my computer keeps moving the screen. This one right here, it goes down for your 10 pips or whatever, 12 pips, retest back up here. This is where you're looking to get in right here. This area right here. You're waiting for that break and retest. This is indicating it's a good trade. This is indicating it's ready to go. This is indicating that you're going to have little drawdown, right? To no drawdown. You get in right there, take it all the way down. Again, 20 pips, cool with it. I'm cool with 20 pips. And on a 15-minute time frame, I'm not looking to get more than 20 pips. Honestly, 20 pips on a 15-minute is cool. And it's not going to take you that long to do it because, again, you're waiting for that break and retest. You get in right here. Here's your 20 pips. It was eight bars or something like that on the 15-minute. So 8 bars on 15 minutes ain't much. So that's that, man. And again, it'll work on any time. It'll work on any,
I got a quick question for you, bro.
yeah, what's going on, Sean?
When you look at the retest, is there anything in terms of price action that you're looking for?
Oh, on the retest, I mean, basically, I'm looking. Okay, so if you know how to read candles, obviously, like on the 15-minute, you can see how there's these like exhaustion, like this exhaustion candle right here. Where it's like, oh, why does this keep moving? Okay, you see which one I'm trying to point out right here though. This right here, you can see as how it was trying to push up. And then comes and it's like it's an exhaustion candle. It's trying to make its move to the buy, but it didn't. It couldn't. It wasn't ready. It didn't want to go. This is generally what I'm looking for my retest, to have some type of candle indications like this to get into the sell. or the buy, vice versa, whatever, whichever way the candles are going. But yeah, I look for either an exhaustion on the selling side where, buyers are taking over, or exhaustion on the buyer side where sellers are taking over.
So yeah, so you're looking for a doji with wicking and rejection, right?
Yep, exactly. So that's another thing that I look for as a confirmation. But mainly with when it does this retest, I'm not gonna give like too high. I'd say like 8 out of 10, maybe 7. Let's say 7 out of 10. Let's not give it too much. 7 out of 10 times it's gonna do something like this, where it's gonna retest. It's gonna have some type, especially if it's in a downtrend or an uptrend, whichever way it's going. It's gonna have some type of exhaustion of some type of doji candle coming out, where it's gonna show, okay, this is still going in the way that we want it. This is still in a downtrend. Especially when you look. Again, this is on the Euro USD, but if you look on the hour and we kind of zoom out, it didn't make, it from right here, it kind of went to the top of this channel, and people would think that it would continue to go because it's like kind of following the channel. But again, on the hour, that's where I draw my trend line, and then I jump down to the 15 because I'm looking, because I want to see, what's going on the smaller time frame, where this break and retest is going to be. Because the way that I do it, I'm only going for 20 pips, guys. So when there's a good break and retest, you're going to get that 20 pips, And the fun thing about this channel indicator too is that it does like to, kind of follow, from channel to channel, especially. So what I mean by that is, like, once it gets down to the bottom, you can see where, okay, it's going to it had wanted to push back up to start doing this motion right here, where it's going to go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, before it decides to, okay, I'm going to shoot up, or I'm going to, shoot down, right? So it's called trading within the trend.